What's going on, guys? Hope y'all are doing well. It's Christmas Eve, and I thought I would crank out another box, open some stuff. We're in the spirit of giving, so let's open something. Now, this stuff I just happened to give to myself, so I've got several 5 boxes there, and then this one. So I thought I'd go ahead and open this one. And in the midst of wrapping gifts and getting ready for parties and stuff tonight, I'm doing some family stuff. So I just thought it'd be cool to knock out a video. And I keep I can slow down if I stop buying stuff, but I haven't. So I told a member of my family who laughingly is very supportive of the me and my nephew's comic habit. What's going on, Ty Locks? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm anxious to see what you thought about. I sent you that that message on Instagram today. I'm anxious to see what you thought about that. That looks really, really cool. That's a guy that I met at a local show. He's literally got a vault. I guess that's what he calls it, but he's opening up his his inventory to folks, and he's doing like a weekend thing. So he used to own a shop here in town, and he's doing this thing where he's opening up his, hey, come and look. And there, I don't know if you read that graphic I sent you, but they're actually doing CBCS submissions from that show. That would be cool. Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah, I imagine you you got to sleep in today, but I know you had a late night last night as well, so that's cool. John's Comics with Kids. Hey man, I appreciate you stopping by. I just thought I didn't know if people would be, you get in all this festive stuff and maybe you need a respite from a little release from all the holiday and family stuff. So I'm here to help if I can. So I appreciate you stopping by, man. Thank you so much. I'm just going to go through some stuff that I've bought for myself. This stuff is this came through about, I've had this since, I think the box was like maybe December 8th or something is when it came in. So I'm gonna I've got a couple of some multiple copies of some of these issues, so I want to sort through this real quick, and just kind of make sure I got all my ducks in a row. But yeah, I love doing the family thing, but I thought I would pop in here and knock out some of the stuff. I do have quite a bit of stuff to go through, so I thought I'd pop in here and take care of that. So I appreciate y'all stopping by. Yeah, I do have multiple copies of several of these, so I'm just going to sort through real quick. That's there. I think man, who knows? I can't keep it all straight. There is so much. There's just so much stuff. I will tell you, I've been branching out a little bit on my LCS stuff, and yeah, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm relatively new, and I'd heard several people talk. I'm with you, Tylox. I'd heard several people talk about him, so I said I need to sub that up. And what I'm trying to do to keep because I want to support everybody that I subscribe to. So to keep it straight, I'm basically targeting like a channel a morning. So when I get up and I have my coffee, I'll pick a channel and watch a few videos and make sure I thumb up and leave a thumbs up, leave a like, and then leave a comment as well. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm handling that. Wonderful, man. That sounds like fun. Now, what part of where are you going skiing? So we're on. I'm in South Carolina, so our closest is North Carolina. But really, I think most people from here go to West Virginia when they want to ski. Sleeping Comics, what's going on, man? I hope you're doing well. Merry Christmas to all the folks in the chat. I'm just sorting through. I had some boxes here that I wanted to go through. Nice, cooking a ham. That sounds delicious. I've got a family thing tonight, my mom's side of the family, and yeah, I agree, John. That's I try to, and I basically target, if somebody, if somebody's coming to my channel, I definitely want to go back and check out their stuff. In fact, speak of the devil, Mr. Dave collects. Yeah, yeah. That's awesome, dude. Oh, I figured you were working today, man. This is going to be a busy weekend, so I figured you'd be working. But speak of the devil, I just went through. I was several videos behind on Dave's videos, his Lego Advent calendar, and so I watched a couple of those to try and get caught up. But I watched those last night. But Dave always pops in. I mean, like he says here, he's working, and he'll pop in and say hey and leave a comment and stuff. So that's awesome. And I definitely try. There's a lot of stuff out there, but I definitely try to support the channels that that I can, that I'm familiar with, and folks who are, jumping in whenever I'm on. I realize everybody can't do that. So it's all good. It's all good. But I try to follow the ones that I can and leave as many comments as I can. That's important to me. So, all right, I did. Okay, I think we got this figured out. I'm just going to start going through these now. If you could see the disarray that I feel like you guys can probably relate if anybody can, but I just bought several more boxes. So I think when my nephew told me it was probably February, he was like, hey man, we should start collecting comics again. So me and my oldest nephew and my youngest nephew were like, yeah, that sounds like fun. We'll do that. And it'll give us like one more thing to connect on. So I think when we started doing that, I had maybe 2 short boxes of comics. So I bought a few more over the last week because I'm really trying to go through and organize everything and alphabetize everything. And for the most part, there's some things I want to kind of keep together. So in doing this, I've kind of decided I think I'm going to do like a box just for my indie stuff, because it's not that vast of a collection. So I'm going to do the indie stuff, and then just alphabetize most everything. Some things I might decide to keep together. But yeah, like one of the things I did, these comic book dividers, I just picked up a couple of packs of these so I can start, just start separating stuff. And it's really a daunting task, man, to start chipping away and, figuring out what you got. But all right, let's jump into the books. So up first, I've got this is in that Milo the Echo run that was in Daredevil. Now this is the second story arc, issue 53, part of her origin story that was told in Daredevil Man Without Fear volume 2. David Mack, goodness, man, when I saw the David Mack covers, man, I started feeling that feeling that run and going through those David Mack, and the art was what I fell in love with. The stories are great, and some of these will be tough books to get if I want to do this full run, but it's been really cool. Yeah, man, I appreciate you stopping by. I knew you'd be working your tail off, Dave, so thanks for stopping by. Roscoe, what's going on, man? I hope you're doing well, buddy. Been trying to catch up on some of your stuff as well, and good to see you, man. I hope you have a fantastic Christmas, and I appreciate you swinging by. I know, man, and I felt bad. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll this is the second time you've mentioned it, so maybe I need to take you up on that. So we'll work on that. But I knew with the shows and stuff, it's going to be tough to come down and like me put you to work. I'll at least have to take you to lunch or something, take you to couple of the local honey holes and let you do some digging and stuff and take you to lunch at I got a couple of spots in mind, but we'll figure it out. That's the second time you've offered, so I probably should take you up on that. I do appreciate it. So it's good to have the gang in the chat. I do appreciate it. So yeah, up first, Daredevil, Echo. This is the second story arc. This is issue number 53. Part of her origin story is told in 51 through 54, I believe, or 55. So picked this one up for, it wasn't super expensive. This one is a book I'm picking up if I can find it for a good price, and there's just some speculation. I did pull up a couple. I knew what was in this box, so I did pull up some of the some information on this. So this is Avengers World number 9, and this is Azari, who is the son of the Black Panther and Storm. Some people are speculating he's going to be the Black Panther at some point, and that could very well be true. And some people have argued that, well, they haven't introduced Storm. How could it possibly be? And my argument for that is they doesn't follow the books exactly. Azari could be the son of the Black Panther and his love interest / wife in the movies. Doesn't have to be Storm. They change stuff all the time. So this is the first time that he's named. He's got a cameo. He's got a first full appearance, and those are in another Avenger title. But he's got a cameo and a full. This is where it's like, hey, this is who this guy is. You've introduced him in other books, but this is his name. So I pick that up whenever I can. This one just a neat book. I really like this Mike Allred stuff, but Fantastic Four number 8. This is the first appearance of Kid Immortus, and it does appear as though they're talking about, they're introducing a lot of these kid villains. There's in fact, if you're looking at the current Avengers run, there's a kid Thanos now. So I don't know if anybody realized that, but I'm picking up his as well. Of course, I mean, forget the fact that we got Dr. Doom on the cover. I mean, what's up with that? But Mike Allred's art is really cool. It's I would classify it as kind of two-dimensional. It's flat with like a lot of color blocks. It's flat artwork, but it's unique. It's really cool, and kind of has like that old school comic strip feel to it to me. Just flat tones of color. All right, so this is some interesting speculation. This is X-Men number 95. And I've been tracking this book for a little bit. And I've noticed it's kind of gotten when they pop up, they'll kind of disappear. So there's at least one other person out there who is following this obscure book. But I'll tell you the relevance of this book is so X-Men 95, first appearance of Fizz. And Fizz is a Skrull who was rejected by he's a young Skrull mutant who was rejected by the Skrull Empire, and alongside other mutant Skrulls found his way to Charles Xavier on Earth. So he found his way to the X-Men, and so I thought I was like, that's kind of a cool story, and could be a character that, when you start looking at all these shows, well, I mean, take Hawkeye, and they're all connected. Everything's connected. So you start looking at these shows, and you can kind of start looking for these opportunities to connect. Like, how could they, it's like 6 degrees of separation. Or 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. They say that you can connect every actor in Hollywood through Kevin Bacon. They've all so and so worked with so and so. So you start making these connections in comics, and you can see how they might use an event or a character to introduce other events or characters. And so I think that's kind of cool. And that's certainly, Fizz is certainly a character that they could do that with. A scroll, we know the scrolls are coming, so why not have him, use him in some way to connect the dots on these other things. And while I'm on the subject of the scrolls, I'll go ahead and show. This was another interesting. Now, issue 1 has been a little tough to find because it's the first appearance of. Let me pull this up real quick. First appearance of the Warners: Alice Warner, Madison Warner, Carl Warner, Ivy Warner, and Gloria Warner. And this is from a run, Meet the Scrolls from 2012. Again, this is issue 2. But I was like, that would be cool. You got a group that there's, I guess that's the kids at the prom. They're portraying like humans, and obviously very popular in school and stuff. But that might be an interesting group to introduce as you go through issue 2, issue 3, and issue 4. And it was a 4-issue series. Literally just got this in, so I don't know a ton about it, but issue 1 has been somewhat of a challenge to find. So, you never know. Some shout outs. The gang's all here. The gang is all here. These are really good looking copies. These foil covers are usually tough to get in good condition, but this is Avengers number 360. And these, I bought these for if not cover price, not much more than cover price. All foil embossed, really cool looking cover. But I was like, all right, this is first appearance of Anti-Vision. First appearance of Anti-Vision. They use there's a connection here with White Vision and the regular Vision, and how they transfer their consciousness, and White Vision becomes regular Vision again. So I'm like, they might could use some of the themes in this to go, to connect and bring Vision back, color vision back, color vision, regular Vision back. They could use this character or themes in this book to bring that guy back. So I picked up a couple of those, but really good looking copies. And like I said, I mean, you never know, man, when you're speculating on books, and if you're looking to, this is a book that if it ever became popular, this isn't the first time I bought this book, but there was a price at which I was like, I can pick that up. It's not going to be, if it doesn't hit, it's not at a loss. It's something you could throw in as hey, here's an extra book. If you're, selling some lots or something, or wanted to, say somebody's, you wanted to send an AOK, good filler book for an AOK, because it wasn't a super expensive book. So if it doesn't hit, it's not going to kill you. So that's why I don't mind picking up multiples of those if I can. This is a cool book, and it'll be interesting to see how they handle S.H.I.E.L.D. and the characters that were in S.H.I.E.L.D. moving forward. Now, they're going to do something with S.H.I.E.L.D. for sure. This is S.H.I.E.L.D. number 1. And this introduces all the backup characters like Fitz and May and I was like, man, May was she was a butt kicker in Shield, man. I loved watching her. You know, beautiful, tough, just smart, just triple threat. But this is a cheap book, and I was like, God, it's got four of the fits, and I forget the other one. There's like 3 or 4 agents in the Agents of Shield who were in the show that they introduce in this book. I had a couple picked. I was like, I'll pick up a couple more because they were, God, man. I mean, I don't know. They were less than cover price. Cover price on this book was $4.99. I picked these up for probably about $2 or something. I don't know, less than half price. So that's I'll do that. I'll do that all day long, man. I mean, they could. Fitz is a character that I think could be really fun to, just to follow and watch along the way. Because I think she's so strong. She's such a strong character. I picked this one up whenever I see it. This is a direct edition. This is Cable 15, first appearance of Marrow. She's Marrow as a child. Now I've been picking up X-Men Prime #1 that has a really cool it's foil or acetone cover. I think it's more like an acetone cover, kind of a see-through plastic cover almost. X-Men Prime #1 is the first appearance of Marrow as an adult. This is first appearance of Marrow. If you look up the Marvel Wiki site, Marvel fandom, this is what they consider her first appearance. Yeah, that's I think I just, it's something cool to do. And it was interesting talking when I was on the show 2 weeks ago with you guys. It was interesting because I enjoyed talking the speculation with you guys because none of y'all really do speculation. So I really enjoyed discussing that stuff with you guys because I was like, sharing some. I love that about our community, period, is I don't know a lot about indie books. So my goal in the midst of doing my speculation stuff, I've also been picking up books that people say, hey, this is a good read. So I'm like, let me, I'll start putting together some books that I want to do. I don't want to share any now because that's the premise of our show Saturday night, is that we are to share some books that have been really good reads for us. So I am mixing in some other things. I am doing some runs. So it's not just like, I don't have tabs, a tab every 2 to 4 books because they're all a mishmash of speculation books. I've got some runs and stuff that I enjoy, and some some reads that I'm doing. So it's not just speculation, but I just enjoy, the chase of this, like doing the research, figuring out like what could potentially be an important book down the road and getting out in front of it. So yeah, Spec Paul Brad. That's I like that. So if I do that, I'll have to get you to do the logo or caricature for me, Roscoe. So I'll keep you posted on that one. But up next, Wolverine and the X-Men #36. And yeah, buddy, I appreciate you stopping by, man. Have a Merry Christmas, and I will see you tomorrow. So thanks for swinging by, man. And y'all, yeah, thanks to everybody in the chat. I do appreciate it. So cool, man. Y'all have a fantastic day. Tell your mama said hi, and she's so supportive of you and the group. So that's wonderful to see. So yeah, that's awesome. This was part of the Battle of Adam run, Wolverine and X-Men #36. This is let me just make sure I got this right, because there's several first appearances in this one. These are the future X-Men. You've got Sentinel X. Now they've listed Wiccan, Billy Kaplan, as a member of the future X-Men, and it's his first appearance. I don't know if it's the first appearance of him from this particular timeline or from the future, because they've also got Rock, which would be Bobby Drake. But they Chimera, who is she's a daughter of the Black Panther. So I was like, you never know what they'll do with these characters. You just never know. So I picked up a couple of those. I was some of these it's all good, man. All good. So yeah, there's like, I don't know, four or five first appearances in this book, cheap book. So I figured I'd grab that. Now this is cool, and this is, interestingly enough, has been kind of difficult to find. Marvel Zombies from 2015, and this was a short run that involved Elsa Bloodstone, and she is just absolutely on fire, man. I don't know if you've been trying to get any of her books. For starters, like, just kind of forget about her first appearance, because it is that book is a ghost. Tough to find in really good condition. So this Marvel Zombies popped up, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and grab that. So I got issue 1 and 2. I think it was about a 5-issue run. So yeah, I'll pick up some Elsa Bloodstone goodness. She's there. They've got high hopes for her. So they're really excited about what she brings to the future of the MCU. I've mentioned this book before. I actually ordered these obviously a while back, and they came in today. These are my first in-hand copies, even though I've been telling people about them. This is 1872 number 1, and first appearance of, this is either the 3rd or 4th Red Wolf. So I read, there's a new Werewolf by Night. Jake Gomez, is that right? I get them all confused, but I think it's Jake Gomez. A new Werewolf by Night, and apparently he's going to be the lead in the special. They're doing a Halloween special next year, and he's going to be the Werewolf by Night for that special. Red Wolf, I read that story, and I noticed Red Wolf was, so I started doing some digging, started doing some research. Red Wolf is a they battled it for, like a lot of superhero stories. They battled it first, then they became friends, and it's the same Red Wolf. This is the first appearance of that Red Wolf, same guy. So I was like, all right, this is 1872. So this is a Marvel story that's set in the past. So what's going on? What's going on? How are you doing? I appreciate you stopping by. Aggressively Relaxing. And I didn't think on Christmas Eve at lunchtime I would have too much competition on YouTube. So I was like, and I had some, I got another box yesterday. So I was just unboxing, sharing some spec books here. So I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Yeah, who was it? That was your boy that said Hidalgo Ramos. He was there. Yeah, they're basically a mishmash of I searched. Oh, awesome. Well, I started doing the hashtag. So that's great, man. And I've seen you around. I'm not sure if I need to go back and double check. I'll sub you. Hey, let's share subs. I'll sub you and you can sub me, and we'll stay in touch. But I've seen you around, so I recognize your name. So yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot. So Red Wolf, first appearance of Red Wolf. This is set in 1872. So I was like, all right, how the heck does this guy make it to modern times with Hidalgo Ramos, the new Werewolf by Night, Jake Gomez? And it happens. So he battles, there's Red Wolf number 1. Yeah, I'll hit you back as soon as I get done, man. And then I'll do a deep dive on the channel. So I look forward to checking your stuff out, man. Thanks a lot for stopping by though. We've got a lot of mutual, there's a lot of mutual connections going on. So my people and I know your people and I've seen you around. So I appreciate you stopping by, man. And I'm glad so that tells me the hashtag thing I've been using is working. So it's starting to pop up on some stuff. But there's a Red Wolf #1 where this version of Red Wolf fights a character who has the capability of using a portal. He goes, battles him, falls into the portal, ends up in our timeline. So that's how this version of Red Wolf ends up pairing up with the new Werewolf by Night. So that Werewolf by Night just came out 2020. So this book was 2015. So they've kind of retconned this guy. Or maybe they had the foresight to have him in altogether. But I wanted to pick this up because I'm like, they could very easily, if they're going to use the new Werewolf by Night, they could easily introduce this Red Wolf in the show that they're going to do. So I am aggressively picking up this book and the Red Wolf #1. I think I'm done with the Red Wolf #1. I think I've got enough copies of that one. So I'm still trying to stack this one just in case. This was a book that I was kind of surprised did not pop off. I went to yeah, man. Now that I know that, I'll keep an eye out for that because I want to say I saw it pop up somewhere. I'll double check and let you know. And if I need to, I'll snag it and send it to you. So I'm kind of surprised this book did not have any movement after the What If series. So this is Age of Ultron versus the Marvel Zombies. And it never, I was like, gosh, I'm surprised whether it was warranted or not. I'm surprised that it did not have some movement because, I mean, we clearly saw this happen, Gary B, what is going on, man? Out buying food, dropping in real quick to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. Have a great day all. Back into the fray I go. I hope you go, I hope you have a safe trip into the foray and or into the fray. Hopefully it's not you try to go places I shut down my shopping well in advance of today because I knew what today was going to be like. So God bless you for for getting into the fray in the first place on Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas to you, and I appreciate all you do, Gary. Thanks a lot, man. You're certainly an upstanding member of the community and a supportive member of us little guys. So we do appreciate it. It's sick, man. It's really cool looking, and it's really cool looking, a really cool looking book. And I'm just super surprised. So on my comic shop, they do these dollar bin books, and this was on there. So I picked up 3 copies for $1 a piece. Now cover price is $3.99. This is one of those books that I'm surprised that people look for a reason to jack up prices on books. So I'm surprised they didn't do it with this one. So I'm like, if I can get them for cheap, I'll pick up a few here and there and see what happens. I'm surprised that no one's tried to exploit this like they have so many other books. This is one that we've seen it take place, and I don't think we've seen the last of it for sure. What If was a hit, and so I think we're going to continue to see this, but I'm just surprised nobody's tried to. I think exploitation is a good term to use. I'm surprised no one's tried to exploit this book yet. So while they have not, I'm going to take advantage of it. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's a cheap book, man. You can find it out there for sure. Yeah, have your people contact my people, aggressively relaxing, and we'll do lunch. So that sounds cool, man. I appreciate it. I hear you, man. I did the same. And my nieces and nephews are, they would just as soon me, I've tried the whole buy gifts for them. They would much rather have a gift card that they can spend on something they really want. They just don't want a bunch of crap sitting around, like most of us. Um, my nephews who are collecting with me, they would rather use that money on books or something. So all right, up next, we've got Secret Wars #2. I've got a few copies of this. It looks like both of these are listed in fine condition. The retail or the um I've got a retail and a newsstand. The retail or direct edition and newsstand. Direct seem to hold up in condition wise, but Secret Wars #2, first appearance of Boom Boom. Mentioned her several times. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. That's yeah, I'm just with the exploitation that's going on. Well, look at Doctor Strange and his, if you've seen the trailer, I won't mention anything, but if you've seen the trailer for the new Doctor Strange movie that's coming out next year, they're already starting to exploit that book. So why not exploit this one? This is an obscure Marvel zombies. We know zombies are coming in every form possible, live action and whatnot. So why not exploit that? So yeah, and those are that one and the 1872 or two that I really like a lot. So we'll see. We'll see. Um, First appearance of Boom Boom. She's involved in the X-Men. She's been involved in Sword. She's changed her name like 10 times. But I've been into, and mentioned in my past videos, I've been into collecting X characters' first appearances. So I'm enjoying that aspect. Here we've got the newsstand. It's in slightly not as great a condition as this direct copy. And I didn't, when I ordered these, I didn't specify. They actually were kind enough to throw in one of each for me. So I picked up two, and some of these X characters are getting tough to find, man. I picked up a couple of, I was looking at prominent X characters who still were like, their first appearance was still really underpriced. One of those characters for me was Forge. Forge was a character who was in the 90s, I was collecting in the early to mid 90s, and he's a character who was really prominent back then. So I've tried to pick his up, but I've seen some movement on his first appearance here recently. So if you can, if you can pick up some of those guys, you just never know. I mean, I kind of use the Guardians of the Galaxy as an example. Following up the Avengers, who ever thought that the second team that the MCU comes out with was going to be Guardians of the Galaxy of all teams? And then what iteration do they use? There's been quite a few, but I think for Marvel, Guardians of the Galaxy is a team they've had a very fluid roster. And I think we're going to see evidence of that coming up in the third movie. It's a very fluid roster. So we're going to see, I've heard speculation of, obviously Adam Warlock is, he's been a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. There's been some speculation of Bug from the Micronauts. He was in Guardians of the Galaxy. So that Micronauts #1 is a you can get a good mid-grade copy for relatively cheap. So those characters, I'm trying to connect the dots on some of those characters. So I Forge would be one. Boom Boom, you know, she's involved in Sword. So we know, we've seen Sword. We know Sword is going to be involved in on some level moving forward. So I'm like, hey, I don't know. You know, past and present members of Sword could be a thing. So um this book, man, this is an underpriced vigilante first appearance. Daredevil 150, first appearance of the Paladin. And this is obviously newsstand, about fine condition. There's several spine ticks on this one, but it's a it's a cheap book for a first appearance. And these, you know, Paladin doesn't have any powers. You know, he's you know, what they call like a street level character, but he would fit in great with like a Daredevil or Hawkeye series. I mean, for sure, I could see him play the vigilante role. You know, maybe not in that costume, but you know, it's like you know, umpire by day and vigilante by night. Paladin. I always have to think about Furman University in Greenville, South Carolina, as the Furman Paladins. Yeah, Paladin. So yeah, maybe get rid of the umpire uniform. He can, you know, he can give that up now that he's a vigilante. And you know, but it's a cheap first appearance, man, in an older, you know, an older Daredevil book. So that's a character, that's one where if he pops up, that'd be a good book to have. And I have targeted and have noticed that there's some Daredevil characters who are just undervalued. Um oh, and I just noticed like Purple Man's in this one as well. So I got a feeling probably Paladin and Daredevil fight and then realize, hey, we're on the same team, and then go after the bad guy together. You know, it's kind of the MO for some of these books. But yeah, man, those street level characters, you know, really no superpowers other than they're just, you know, they've trained their tails off. Maya, you know, Echo was you know, is that type of character. So she could end up in like, you know, Echo or Daredevil or Hawkeye, Punisher, like any of those guys, man. He really fit the bill well. So okay, last book. Y'all help me kill another box. So we've still got five of these beasts. And you should have seen it, man. You wouldn't have been able to see my face. I had books stacked, just trying to sort through everything. And ultimately, what I did was I put together. I've bought 6 short boxes in the last week. And so one of my shops sells the BCW boxes. They're a little bit bigger, but the cardboard, they're single walled cardboard. Another one of my shops sells a different brand that's double walled. So they're a little more sturdy, but they're slightly smaller. So I've got a hodgepodge. I'm like, fine, whatever. I'll just roll with what I've got. And, but ultimately I had to just take what I had sitting on my desk because I'm like, I want to do a video on Christmas Eve. I had to take what was on my desk and just alphabetize it and set it off to the side so I can start. I don't know. Tylox, my man, I'm gonna have to take you up on that. That'll be fun, man. You can come down. I'll take you to get some lunch here in town, and I'm gonna put you to work. So let me just tidy up a bit. I've got a little work to do before I have company over here, but hey, I might take you up on that. So last book, man, I was kind of fortunate to find this one. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 5. This is the 3rd volume. Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Well, you've got that that ninja focus. You're ingrained. My mind tends to wander. So I'll put in, you know, a good solid 20 minutes of work, and then it's off to I need to go, I'm going to go relax and watch somebody's YouTube channel and have a cigar or whatever. So I reward myself too quickly when I'm organizing my books, I guess is what I'm saying. So this is volume 3, Amazing Spider-Man, and this is Amazing Spider-Man number 5. This is the A cover. So I think there is a first appearance of a new Electro, but what I really bought it for was the second appearance of this character back here. That is the second appearance of Silk. So I've kind of seen this book spike a little bit. And she's just like ominous in the background back there. I'm trying to do this so I can. Really cool looking. I've seen some copies of this. People are starting to spike those prices, which is interesting because you can, of all the Spider characters, she's the one who's the most affordable right now. So, if you don't believe me, go look up, Spider Gwen or Miles obviously is ridiculous. So, but I think Miles has some, Miles, that's a modern like mega key as Miles. And I think Spider Gwen is a modern mega key as well. And I think Young Avengers is a modern mega key as well. So if you can get these things, like this was, I don't know, maybe $8 or something. I saw some people asking a ridiculous price for this book. So I saw, and I think I've got another one coming. I found a deal on another one. So I'll get a couple of those, man. I'm not out of reach on her first appearance, but certainly getting there on a lot of these others, man. The second appearance of Spider Gwen is starting to climb. So that's a little, and the cover on that one's amazing. So, and that's a book I think that's issue 9 of this run. There's a lot of important books in this run. So, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. Professional comic book room designer. You better get our buddy Matt in that, because if I had to choose, my setup would look an awful lot like Matt's setup, with the drawers and everything. That's dope. But I have considered, like, I'm thinking about, I've got a futon back here, and I couldn't really tell you the last time anybody stayed here to use that futon. So I'm like, maybe we get rid of the futon. Maybe we put some racks there. We stack some stuff, stack the boxes on those, and then I just get a nice blow up mattress for downstairs or something. So I'm there's no point in having something that takes up a lot of space that nobody ever uses. So hey, why not? But I like your idea, man. You're onto something, and you could. There's nothing better than being your own boss, for sure. So that would be nice. But hey, I appreciate all the support. Thank you guys for being here today. I just took a chance. I was like, hey, I can, hang out with the community, knock out a box, and kind of chip away at my stack back here. Like I said, I don't like opening those unless I'm opening it with you guys. So if you're catching it on the rewind, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I cherish the likes and the comments and the support and all that stuff, man. I appreciate you guys so much. So thank you so much for coming by. Hey, buddy, happy holidays. I'm sure we will be in touch. And of course, I'll definitely see you tomorrow night. Designated Decoys tomorrow night. Comics Talk Weekly, his YouTube channel. Come hang out with us on Christmas night. We got a full panel. We got some good stuff going on. So I look forward to hanging out tomorrow night as well. So take care, bud. Have a happy holiday. And I will, if I don't talk to you before, I'll see you tomorrow. You guys have a very Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a wonderful day filled with family and friends and loved ones. And Merry Christmas to you all. Thanks a lot for the support this year. And I'll see you next time.